Hello everyone, Dweebo here, back, finally, after a long drought. We are back with a new PlayArts Kai Final Fantasy VII Rebirth figure review. And today's figure is Yuffie. And you might be saying, didn't you already review Yuffie? Yes, I did. And when I did that 2 years ago, I said, she's going to come back again wearing something else. And that's exactly what happened. To even begin talking about this figure, we do have to go back to my original review and what that other Yuffie figure from the DLC intermission looked like. And when I took off all of that exterior coat, that cloth that she had, this is what she looked like in that video. And I remember saying then, they're going to make this without all the cloth and sell it to you separately. That's exactly what they did. Now, comparing these, what that looked like, of course it was jacked up because it really wasn't supposed to be displayed that way. You can see where they kind of left out detail where you wouldn't be able to see it. She's got a belt now. She has more detail on the shirt, more detail on the kind of buckles that are going over the shirt. And all of that is way more detailed than it was previously. The neck is way different than it was before, and you don't get all those paint things that I had up there. I think they just were messily kind of putting this together because you weren't supposed to see that. The big complaint that comes with the PlayArts Kai line is the faces, and I think this is a good face. I think I'm a little bit more lenient than you guys are, but this is a good face. It looks like Yuffie does in the game. The other faces this comes with that we'll talk about in a second also looks good. And also the hair, you got to think of everything that kind of goes with the face as well, and I think all of that kind of gels together well, and it looks really good. And the most important thing, and this is why I'm more lenient, is what does it look like on a shelf when you're glancing at it, when you see it with other figures, and it looks really, really good on a shelf. And the reason I continue to buy these figures to begin with is the detail. You can see all the little folds in the sock. You can see all of the different creases in the clothing, the little knives she throws that's kind of attached to her, and the belts and the things that move, that you can move around, all the pose ability that this figure has. Everything really looks really good, and you have all of these choices in order to pose these figures. Now let's talk accessories. First, you're getting the 4-point shuriken weapon that she had previously in the last Yuffie figure. You're getting kind of a yelling, fighting, angry Yuffie face here, and then you're also getting a choice of the 5 other hands that it comes with. And these are actually very close to what they were in the last figure as well, including, even though I think it's really cool, the materia holding hand here, which I choose to go with later. I just think it's really anything that's like unique like that they choose to do. I always usually pose them that way. So you get this, but the hand is slightly different in the way that she's holding the materia. So to be totally honest with you guys, this is the difference. It is the cloak. You're not getting the cloak from the intermission DLC look. You're just getting the Yuffie look that she does throughout Rebirth. And that's what I wanted. I knew I was going to be a sucker and get this because this is the one look I really wanted, even though I do like the cloak look as well. So if you've been waiting around, you said the cloak look is stupid, I don't want the cloak look, I want the classic Yuffie look, this is the figure for you. Now's the time to bite on this thing. However, and I mentioned this every PlayArts Kai review, even more so now with tariffs, the prices of these PlayArts Kai keep going up, and it's kind of hard to recommend them at their release price because this just has the one accessory and it has the one cool hand with the materia if you're counting that as an accessory as well. And that's it. However, I just have a love for this series. I love the designs. I think they're the best, some of the best in RPGs ever, that I'm willing to pay a little bit up for them. But that's something to keep in mind. And that concludes my review for Yuffie, the classic Materia Hunter. If you guys like this video, click like, subscribe, because I'm going through the entire line of these figures. The only ones I'm skipping, which actually came out recently, maybe part of the drought, was Aerith and Cloud. Both got re-releases. Same exact body of the figure, everything except the faces were a little bit improved. So I skipped those. I didn't think that was going to be worth another $160 whatever just for the faces. But if you have not got those figures yet, now is a good time to get the Rebirth re-releases of those. So make sure you're looking for the Aerith and Cloud Rebirth on the packaging instead of the remake. Next review is going to be of Elena PlayArts Kai, and that should be in July if things don't keep getting delayed. After that will be something totally new, and this is kind of changing my whole trajectory of these entire reviews, and that is Vincent is not getting a PlayArts Kai figure. He's getting a PlayArts Kai Shin release, which I had to delve in a little bit deeper, and what that is that you can actually move around the eyes, something like that. So, and with that comes an increased price tag over the PlayArts Kai line for these figures. So I don't know if they're going to do that for Sid and Kate Sith as well. I'm not sure. So, but I think the PlayArts Kai line might not continue with the Rebirth figures, which is kind of a semi-bummer. I don't know if the package is going to change, and they've changed this whole line over slightly for these last couple of characters that need to be released, but we'll see. But thank you guys for watching, and until next time, what's a classic Cloud saying? Go fight. See you later. Bye-bye.